The mixed crew members were all bent over a sea chart when Alenka slid a seat over to their table. The Seakoi to her right quickly rolled up the chart and all of them leaned back, staring storms at Alenka. She smiled and passed out the bamboo shot glasses in a very disarming way.
"With all that chatter, I figured you four might want something to wet your throats."
A Seakoi to Alenka's left stood abruptly, nearly knocking over his chair as he grabbed her by the shoulder. His bare chest was a tangle of tattoos, leather straps, and jagged jewelry. Most were shark's teeth, but Alenka spied a few squid beaks strung along the cords. The left side of his face was streaked with scars that ran to a stump that had once been an ear, and an unnatural divot in the man's trapezius.
"Leave us,"
his voice gurgled as he spoke, as if half the words got stuck in a flap of filleted flesh in his cheek. He pulled a thin bone knife from a strap at his waist.
Now, Hiroki, she's just trying to be friendly."
The Seakoi turned back to his Sirena captain and then sat down. He released Alenka's shoulder but didn't sheath his knife. The captain leaned forward, resting her chin on her fist. Her nose ring caught the lamplight just right, throwing a brilliant gleam against the rows of ink in Hiroki's chest.
"What would a pretty minnow like you be doing out here in such deep water?"
She drew out each word, like Alenka was a little puddle pup who might not catch their true meaning. Alenka smiled and lifted her glass.
"I'm here to propose a toast."
The captain smirked in amusement that was quickly fading to annoyance.
"And what exactly do you suppose we'll be toasting, little sister?"
Alenka tilted her head toward the rolled-up sea chart being shifted off the table.
"Well, for starters, how about a salvage contract?"
The three Seakoi stiffened, turning to their captain. Unlike the others, the Sirena stayed quite still. She smirked and shook her head.
"And what makes you think we've got a contract for your ilk?"
The Seakoi holding the chart muttered. Alenka set down her cup and leaned back.
"Well, word on the docks is you four are looking for a crew that can pull off a salvage dive. A deep dive. If you're not too stingy about splitting the claim, then my crew will take the bid."
The three Seakoi shifted toward their captain, uncertain of what to do. The Sirena's skeptical smile never faltered, and her eyes never left Alenka. She lifted her gifted glass and sniffed its contents.
"You should know that I don't take kindly to those who waste my time, little sister. We should get along just fine, then."
Alenka motioned to the chart again.
"So, are we going to go over the details, or are we just going to spend the night glaring and flexing?"
The Seakoi each twitched, but suppressed their comments. The Sirena captain laughed, glancing around at her flustered crew.
"What's your name, little minnow?" "Alenka. And you are?"
"Omi," the Sirena whispered, her smile sharp as a knife. She slipped a stray strand of her matted locks back behind her ear as she leaned forward over the table. Her voice was low and tense. It was the voice of someone who was done being taken for granted.
"This is your last chance to leave," she whispered. "Walk away, and I'll let this all blow over. Stay, and your crew will finish the contract, or die trying."